Welcome to another Fountain Pen Day review. Today's review is going to be the Omas limited edition Paragon fountain pen. This is the one that's in the brown Arco Celluloid. Comes in a nice pen sleeve. It also comes in a beautiful presentation box along with a bottle of ink. But this pen is currently on loan to me from Bryan over at Kenro Industries. He allowed me to borrow it for a time to give it a review and let everybody see a fairly rare pen. Just how rare each piece, there are three. This one's done in gold trim. Their gold was 75 pieces, rose gold had 75 pieces, and the rhodium trim only had 50 pieces, and they are numbered individually as well. You can see the gorgeous, gorgeous celluloid. Very long process. I believe it's somewhere in the realm of 100 steps to complete this celluloid. Gold clip, the classic rollerball that actually does roll. This clip is very nice in that while it does have spring to it, I know when I put pens away, I mean I can just grab a hold of it, give it a squeeze, it pulls it, put it in your shirt or your inside jacket pocket where it's more secure. And it will hold, and it holds very well, though at a retail of $995, you do remember where you put it at all times, so I can tell you that, especially if it's not yours. It is a piston filler. Piston is smooth. There is a gold band around. There's no ink in this, so obviously I'm not about to dump ink inside the cap, but works very nice. 12-faceted design, all the flat sides on it. Everything matches up beautifully. And you can see all the layers here. This is a good shot of them. Also in the cap you have, it continues with the gold bands. You have 3 gold bands there. And the top is finished nice and smooth. Slight point at the top. But you can see when the light strikes that celluloid how just incredibly stunning it is. It's not a heavy pen, it's not an exceptionally light pen either, but it does have a great feel about it. Getting inside to the nib, beautiful. Beautiful. This one came with the 18 karat fine nib. There are several nib choices on this pen. You can get in 18 karat gold, you can get the extra fine, fine, medium, and broad. And they also have the 14 karat extra Flessible, which is fine and medium, I believe. I'll check really quick. No, it's fine and extra fine on the extra Flessible, which gives you a little more spring to it. I'll do a writing sample in a little bit, and then I'll show you. These are not flex nibs. Don't flex them. Don't push them. You will spring them and bend them, and it won't be a good day. Moving on, though, we have a feed, handmade, or hand ground, however you want to put it. But they are ebonite, and it is a flat feed design, and it feeds well. I mean, this pen is really nice and wet. Those who have a good eye, you can see that the nib tines are bent slightly down. This nib was a little buggered when I got it, so I did adjust it ever so gently and ever so slightly so that it was smooth again and would write well. It definitely needs a nibmeister to give it a touch. This is the old Paragon style nib as well, and you can see it says fine. On these also, it is on the underside. You should be able to read it just with the light hits. This is where the limited edition numbers will be. This one says Proto because this is a prototype version. But all the rest will have a 1 of some number, 1 of 60, 1 of 70. But beautiful, beautiful pen. And matching up the prettiest sides are very easy once it's yours and you figure it out. Not that this is mine, but I figured out. You can listen, you'll hear it by just lining it up here and then clicking. I know that each time it's going to match up. Of course it didn't that time because I couldn't hear it with the microphone, but sliding it, 1, 2, and then I know it's going to match up. Like I said, you get used to it after a while. But it's just a stunning pen, and I was very happy to have the opportunity to show it off, review it. Amazing workmanship. Every detail on this is just flawless. Okay, that's enough. I'll do a quick writing sample, and you can see just how wonderful it writes. Okay, I've already inked it up. It's a standard piston. Use the Omas turquoise. Beautiful ink, you'll see. One thing you should note, being that the breather hole is basically all the way down in here, you do have to submerge the feed all the way up to, and including a little bit of the celluloid, to fill this pen. It does post, and it does post nicely. But for me, it's a little bit too long. Some people like that. It posts fine. It doesn't throw the balance off. I mean, it makes it a tiny bit back heavy, but it makes it rest on the back of your hand, so you can look at it that way as well. You know, I mean, it just doesn't unbalance it, but I prefer this pen unposted. It does fine, sorry, as it is. As you can see, the camera's shaking, I'm sorry. The very, very lightest of touch will make this pen right. I'm just barely touching the paper, that's why these lines are awfully crooked. But it does write very wet. Not too wet, but obviously, and that is something that can be adjusted. There's also very hot lights on this, so it's going to dry the ink out very quickly. And there is some line variation. Again, being very careful with these tines. They will, as you can see here, I mean, you can get a line. I'll try and get it so you can see the nib better, but you can spread it without a problem, and you can do something like that, you know, no issues. But if you try and do something like Spencerian or something, you're going to, you know, I can't stress that enough. It's enough talk about it, but I do want to forewarn people that Omas nibs are nice, soft, meant to be written with, you know, as a daily writer without, you know, any issues at all. But if you push it, you're going to have an issue. So, but simple, everyday writing it's just fantastic. Again, you can easily, you know, you can get a lot of flair to your writing if you want. I mean, that was me. Super smooth. And again, it'll add some nice line variation without a problem at all. And this one, I actually should say it's like a medium wet. It didn't spread that much. This is a Rhodia, the Rhodia ice pad. So, but again, I just wanted to give you a quick writing sample and not have you all endure another 20-minute video. I just wanted to get to the heart of it and try and keep these formats as simple as possible, and yet show you as much as you needed to see. So again, I'd like to thank Bryan Kenro for being nice enough to allow me to have this to review, or share this with me to review. And I thank you all for watching, and you have a great day. Thank you.